There are places on this planet where curiosity hits a wall, where locked gates, warning signs, and invisible boundaries remind us that not every mystery is ours to solve. These are the places where governments say no entry, where ancient traditions draw the line, and where even nature itself defends its secrets with deadly force. We journey across continents and time to uncover 10 of the most forbidden places on Earth. Locations whispered about in conspiracy forums, veiled in government silence, and sealed off to all but the rarest few. North Sentinel Island, a 60,000-year-old standoff. Picture an Eden so untouched that even satellite images look like a stock photo of paradise. And yet the moment you land, it becomes the most hostile square mile on Earth. North Sentinel Island is home to the Sentinelese, a hunter-gatherer tribe believed to have lived here, uninterrupted, since the last ice age. Their language is unclassified, their population may be only a few dozen, and their desire for isolation crystal clear. Approach within 3 nautical miles and the Indian Navy will turn you around. Ignore the patrols, and the Sentinelese themselves will greet you with arrows, spears, and a lethal accuracy honed over millennia. In 2006, 2 drifting crab harvesters learned that the hard way. Experts warned that even a handshake could wipe the tribe out. One modern flu strain would be an apocalypse. So the Indian government enforces a strict, no-exceptions exclusion zone. North Sentinel is humanity behind museum glass. Only the glass is armed, and the Do Not Touch sign is written in arrows. Area 51. Secrets in the Nevada Dust. If pop culture had a capital city for conspiracy, it would be the nondescript rectangle labeled Groom Lake on declassified maps. Better known as Area 51, the base was born in the Cold War to test the U-2 spy plane, later the A-12, and possibly hardware we still haven't seen. For decades, the US government treated its very existence like urban legend. It finally acknowledged the site in a 2013 CIA dock dump, yet the landing strips remain unmarked, the runways shimmer in mirage, and the signs on the perimeter still read, "Use of deadly force authorized." In 2019, an internet joke, "Storm Area 51, they can't stop all of us," briefly ballooned into a festival-turned flop. What most people forget is that the protest never breached the boundary. Motion sensors, buried microphones, and a quick response camo dude security force were all on red alert. Whatever the truth is, alien craft, Black Ops drones, or just old hangars stuffed with mundane paperwork, Area 51 remains an unterrible page in the atlas of off-limits. Svalbard Global Seed Vault, the frozen library of life. 300 kilometers beyond the Arctic Circle, on a Norwegian archipelago where polar bears outnumber people, lies a vault carved straight into permafrost. The Svalbard Global Seed Vault guards more than 1 million seed varieties, the DNA of global agriculture. Inside, steel shelves hold vacuum-sealed packets in perpetual darkness at -18 degrees Celsius. The vault's architects designed it to withstand nuclear war, asteroid impact, even sea level rise until well beyond the next ice age. Entry is limited to crop scientists with biometric clearance, and the vault is only unlocked a handful of times each year to deposit new samples. Even Norway's prime minister gets no casual tour. It's humanity's safety deposit box, a botanical Noah's Ark, and like any vault, the fewer who walk its aisles, the safer its cargo. Poveglia Island, Venice's cursed outpost. Less than a mile south of Venice's tourist-choked canals sits a silence so thick it feels deliberate. Poveglia is a 17-acre isle that has seen, according to Venetian folklore, over 160,000 plague deaths across 3 separate epidemics. In 1922, authorities converted the remaining structures into a psychiatric hospital. Legends say a sadistic doctor experimented on lobotomies before throwing himself off the bell tower, driven mad by ghosts. Documented? Not exactly. Persistent? Absolutely. The Italian government closed Poveglia in 1968. Today, the only living things are grapevines, wild rabbits, and, according to local fishermen, the occasional shadow at a boarded window. Permission to land is rarely granted, partly for safety, partly for superstition, wholly for peace of mind. In Venice, you can ride a gondola past centuries of history. On Poveglia, history rides the wind, and no one wants to catch that ride. Lascaux Caves, a masterpiece under quarantine. When 4 teenagers and a dog stumbled into Lascaux Cave in 1940, they unlocked a gallery as vibrant as any Louvre wing, only its artists lived nearly 17,000 years ago. Within 2 decades, daily crowds exhaling CO2 and water vapor triggered a biological siege: white mold, then green algae, then black fungal spots. By 1963, France closed the cave indefinitely. Today, preservation teams enter in pressurized suits for a mere few hours per week, scrubbing microbes with microscopic brushes like surgeons on a 30,000 square foot patient. Ilha de Queimada Grande, Snake Island. Legends claim there's a snake for every step on Ilha de Queimada Grande, a rocky spit of land 25 miles off the Brazilian coast. The star resident is the golden lancehead, both gorgeous and grotesquely lethal. Its venom can cause kidney failure, intestinal bleeding, and brain hemorrhage, all in under an hour. The Brazilian Navy keeps a lighthouse automated and the shoreline posted with danger placards. Academic herpetologists request yearly permits, accompanied by medics with anti-venom that may or may not work fast enough. The island's isolation created an evolutionary pressure cooker. No mammalian predators, plenty of migratory birds, and thus a serpent population that rules unchallenged. Snake Island is a passport stamp you'll never collect, and your blood pressure should thank you. The Korean DMZ, a no-man's land that walks on eggs. Stretching 160 miles across the 38th parallel, the demilitarized zone is an irony wrapped in razor wire. Demilitarized in name, hyper-militarized in practice. The strip is 2.5 kilometers wide, mined with an estimated 2 million explosives, and patrolled by soldiers who stare each other down through binoculars day and night. Even migrating cranes trigger radar alarms. Tourist agencies in Seoul advertise DMZ day trips, but those actually stop far short of the core exclusion area. Visitors remain behind reinforced glass, never beyond the yellow line on the floor of the armistice hut. Beyond the politics, the zone has accidentally become a wildlife refuge, home to rare Amur leopards, musk deer, and possibly the last Siberian tigers in Korea, all living between 2 armies that cannot look away. The DMZ is both ecological miracle and geopolitical tripwire, and humanity watches from the sidelines. Vatican Apostolic Archives, history's locked hallway. Beneath St. Peter's Basilica lies a labyrinth of temperature-controlled vaults housing 53 linear miles of shelving. Papal bulls, Henry VIII's annulment plea, the Galileo trial minutes, all live here, catalogued under the innocuous title Archivum Apostolicum Vaticanum. Despite Dan Brown novels, the secret in the name translates more accurately to private. Scholars can apply for a research pass, but they must request specific folder numbers. No browsing, no leisurely treasure hunts. Only 60 researchers per day are admitted, laptops on silent under watchful Swiss Guard eyes. Fragile parchments rest on velvet cradles, gloves are mandatory, photography is largely banned. In 2020, the archives opened materials up to Pius XII's World War II pontificate, yet rumors of hidden apocrypha, coded prophecies, even extraterrestrial chronicles still pulse through the internet's basement forums. Most secrets are boring paperwork, until you don't get to read them. Chapel of the Tablet, Ethiopia's Ark. Enigma. Ethiopia's Orthodox Church believes that in this very chapel, the Chapel of the Tablet, rests the Ark of the Covenant, the gold-plated chest said to contain Moses' 10 Commandments. Whether it's holy relic or historical myth, only a single guardian priest may see it. He lives his entire life within the chapel's compound, praying, watching, and never leaving. When he dies, another monk is chosen and the cycle repeats. Attempts by scholars or politicians to verify the Ark's existence are politely but firmly declined. There are no photographs, no carbon dating samples, no televised unveilings, just stone walls, iron gates, and faith thicker than mortar. In Aksum, belief is the lock, and tradition is the key, both held by a man who will never share either. Mezhgori, Russia's Phantom City. Deep in the southern Urals lies Mezhgori, a closed city, meaning Russian citizens need special passes just to enter, and foreign visitors might as well wish upon a comet. The town supports operations around Mount Yamantau, whose 5,125-foot granite bulk allegedly hides a warren of bunkers big enough to shelter the Russian High Command. or store untold tons of gold, or archive priceless art, or if rumor mill is your source, all three. Satellite photos in the 1990s revealed rail spurs disappearing into the mountain. Moscow brushed aside Western questions with phrases like food storage and mining reserve. The vagueness only inflamed curiosity. Today, the mountain is ringed by armed checkpoints, and civilian GPS devices mysteriously lose signal. In a nation famous for secret cities, Mezhgori remains the most tantalizing. Fully modern, fully invisible. From venom-soaked islands to vaults that cradle the future of food, from Cold War shadows to Bronze Age legends, these 10 sites remind us that the map is not entirely ours. Not every mystery begs to be solved, and not every door is meant for a knock. Sometimes the wisest form of exploration is respect from a distance. If you enjoyed peering through these locked gates, hit that like button, subscribe for more Hidden World deep dives, and ring the bell so you never miss an upload. Until our next adventure, stay curious, stay safe, and remember, some journeys are best taken with a camera and a very long zoom lens.